What's going on, everybody? I appreciate all of you hanging out, waiting on the stream to start. For those who catch the replay, though, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications to these live chats. You can take part right along with us. Forgot to mute that on YouTube. So they have an entire new collection of 7 fragrances from Paco Rabanne. I've been meaning to check them out. They came out on iFragrance's site, I believe, today. So I figured we'd take a look at those specifically and check them out. They have some interesting names. Mesh Metal and Midnight Sex or something like that. Rose 1969. They got a just multitude. The bottles look cool. I don't know what the pricing is going to be like on them, but they have my interest. So I said, what the hell? 7 fragrances. There's plenty to talk about. Let's do a live stream and talk about it. And as far as my scent of the day, I was talking about my favorite nitros this morning, so I figured why not? Let's wear Nitro Red, which is my favorite nitro fragrance. Spoiler alert. For those of you that didn't know, Watermelon Invictus. The hype is real on this one. I've gotten to a point to where when it comes to any fragrance, and I don't just mean this one, any fragrance, y'all wouldn't believe the kind of entertainment I get every day. Like, I get my share of stupid comments, but I get my share of just so comically bad comments. It's unreal. Like, I sent this one to Justin. I always send the funniest ones to Justin. Let me tell you guys about it real quick. Just real quick. I've had some funny comments today, guys. It's pure hysteria. All caps now and exclamation points. I love when people just yell what they think. I fell for buying Assad and I don't, exclamation point, like it, exclamation point, ... Smells nada like whatever, but it does smell for a senior citizen. That's fun. And then I had another one. Which fragrance was it? My reply was mean about how he should go have a good cry. I was mean to him. He seemed like he needed somebody to fuss him like a little kid because he was acting like a little kid. So I was mean to him. I'm such a dick. And the other one that had me cracking up was something about 20 minutes and it's gone, bro. I forgot which fragrance, but I literally laughed out loud physically because I was like, my God, it's every day. I never can make it through a single day without somebody telling me about some fragrance that's a monster for me and you. Even if it's not a monster for you, it's probably like very strong for you. And I get the 20 minutes and I can't smell it. The 20 minutes is gone. It's complete trash. Nobody can smell me. I can't make it through one fucking day without that. Not one day. I'm starting to think it's like planned. I really am. It's every day. These dudes, and I physically, like, I ain't mad at them. It's hilarious. I don't believe you, but it's hilarious because it's like these dudes are like, I need to come complain to this man I don't know. He did a review on it, so he needs to hear how upset I am that 20 minutes and it's gone, bro. Oh my God. So I hope y'all enjoy the nice little fun rant about some crybaby comments because I'll never understand it because this happens daily where it's like, I feel like they go video to video. If there's like a fragrance they don't like, they type it in YouTube and they're like, all right, I'm a bitch on 7 videos. And they go to 7 different videos for 7 different channels on that fragrance and probably copy and paste the same comment, bitching and complaining and cry emojis and all caps and exclamation points and shit grammar and just... I would like to speak to the royal ambassador for social media and say, I think we should require aptitude tests to create accounts to comment across social media. Because I think instead of having, billions and billions of accounts, there'd be hundreds of thousands of accounts. It's bad. It's bad. So there's my rant to start the stream because it's been wild today, guys. It's been a wild one. It's been the Wild West out there in these comment sections. Dan, not the man, who is actually the man. Hope you had a good weekend as well. Luna Rosa Carvin, you're smelling good, sir. I know some of you really like your rants, so I figured we'd start with one because it's like the last 20 minutes, this is what I've been reading is this kind of stuff. Justin's reply when I see he's like, God help us all. Y'all got to understand, we see this stuff on a daily basis. People are wild. Phantom Intense. When fall rolls around, I'm gonna get these Phantom fragrances back in my rotation because Phantom Intense and Phantom Parfum I think are pretty good. I think the Parfum is still my favorite at this point, but I need to spend more time with them. I got them when it was warm already. My opinion, better than the OG and the Parfum. Everybody's got their favorites. My favorite profile in the online fragrance community, Chronic Macerator. How are you today, sir? Good afternoon, you as well. I hope all had a great weekend today. I went with Penhaligon's Endymion. I'm sure I'm screwing that up. I've never heard of it, but it's a Penhaligon's fragrance, so I'm sure it's great. It's a phenomenal niche house. One that never gets talked about anymore. Overall, the house doesn't really get love anymore, man. Halfeti Leather, I still need to get my hands on. Ever since I smelled that one at, I want to say it was Neiman Marcus when I was with the Fragrance Apprentice and the Nigerian Giant Omas, also known as the Giant Connoisseur here on YouTube. Subscribe to the Giant Connoisseur. Was talking to Omas last night. My guy. It's hilarious. Some of the stuff, like we were chatting about some stuff, and next thing you know, that stuff's in videos the next day. It's kind of funny how that works. Grassland, that's one of the best from Banana Republic. Smells like Green Irish Tweed, really close. Jumpman 23 up high, 1 million Royal, great choice. Good to see you, sir. Scott, always a pleasure, sir. I appreciate your nonstop support. Scott's one of the first people to comment in almost all of my videos on a daily basis, including random posts. Scott is a true supporter of TLTG reviews across social media. I appreciate you, Scott. Kaylin, my main man, how are you? LV Imagination, one of the most popular fragrances in the world at this point. Scent of the day, CK1 Shock. I haven't sprayed that in so long. Arrakis, I'm never sure which of the two it is, but it smells like Tigar, is what we'll say. Sactastic Voyage, my main man. How are you, sir? Wearing Aqua Atlantique. So far, you're the one to beat, in my opinion, because I think that's one of the best aquatic blues of all time. I love that fragrance. I wore it not that long ago. I say not that long ago. It's been probably several weeks at this point, but it was nice to revisit. I love that fragrance. Summer Vibes 4.0. Speaking of fragrances, I absolutely love. I'm getting like you. What's that mean? I don't know what that means. That could be a couple different things. I'm not that complex of an individual, but I do have some nuance to me. So there's some level. So what do you mean? Because there's my big three hobbies: hat, sneakers, fragrance. There's the fitness stuff. There's the content. That's kind of the biggest parts of me, for the most part, as far as what's on social media. So what do you mean? You have my curiosity. I'm not sure what you mean. Glad you're here, though. Good to see you. Ingenious Ginger is a beautiful fragrance. The Bishop has arrived. Let them know, sir. Let them know that it's time to hit these likes. Drop those scent of the day. Slap that like button. Subscribe for consistency. Turn on notifications. Yes, sir. Mr. M.A. Styles, good to see you. Phil, how are you? It's going to be an amazing week. Let's get after it. Scent of the day, Wulong Cha, where you're starting it off great. You're starting it off great. Brand, good to see you, sir. Dior Homme Sport 2021. Speaking of someone starting off great with a great fragrance. Austin, glad to see you. The new Creed, as I type. Shout out to Randy for posting the link the other day. I'm going to try it at some point. What do you think about it? Don't worry about spoiling it for me. I want to hear your opinion. Let me know. Oh, Jared's just always with the friendly reminders on the likes and the subscribes. Jared's like, that's if the live streaming community was Public Enemy, he's Flavor Flav, the ultimate hype man. He's the ultimate hype man. I'm telling you. Jared's legit. Coconut Girl has arrived. Good to see you. Cobalt Elixir. Great choice. Kix Griffey, my main man. Body Out Oud Sublime, which was also the topic for his Instagram live stream today. FWO Wolfpack for life. My guy. Montree, speaking of my guy, great to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Hurricane Teabag, long time no see. Wearing off now 9 a.m. Not 9 p.m., but funny enough for a 9 p.m. story, Saturday, I was at Fitness Junkie because I go to two different gyms, different workouts. I prefer to go to the two main gyms here, point being. So I was at Fitness Junkie, and me and this one dude were heading towards the same set of cables, and he was every bit of 10 feet or so ahead of me. He was several people. If we were car lengths, he was probably at least one car length ahead of me. And all I smell is I caught it and I'm like, I know what that is. What is he wearing? It took me a second, and I'm walking with my bag, and I literally hit myself in the head and said, duh, it's Ultra Male at 9 p.m. Okay. So he beats me to the cables. I wasn't sure if we were going to the same thing. He walked up to it and stopped, and I did like that. He only had one earbud in. I said, you jumping on that? He said, yeah. I said, fuck. So while we're here, and he had the earbud off, he said, what's up? I said, Ultra Male or 9 p.m. And the look on his face was like, how the fuck did you know that? That was the look on his face. And he's like, then he smiled. He said 9 p.m. So I could smell you the whole way, my man. You smell good. I have a good workout. And so I just thought that was funny because some fragrances are so distinctive. Like, I'd have been mad at myself if I wouldn't have figured it out because it was such an obvious fragrance. Like, man, I sure know what this is. It took me about 10 to 15 seconds to figure out, but I thought it was hilarious because I smell Ultra Male or 9 p.m. almost as much as I smell Eros, which surprises me in the gym that I smell Ultra Male and Eros all the time for years now. So I figured, speaking of Afnan, and I thought 9 p.m. was your scent. It's a fun little story I forgot to share. I haven't had an opportunity to share with you guys. I thought was hilarious because the look on his face was literally, how the fuck do you know that? It was great. It was great. He smelled good. He was trailing. I don't know how many sprays. If it was 9 p.m., he didn't have to spray much. 2 sprays would trail like that. Stuff's monstrous. Centaurus is nice, not familiar. Chad Duffney, good to see you, sir. Dolce & Gabbana K. Eau de Parfum, currently relaxing. Trying Seraphine Blue, layered with Leighton. That's interesting. Cody, good to see you, sir. Boss Man or Boss Orange Man. It's probably Orange Man. Does it look like a window pane? Well, they might have changed the bottle. The old bottle of Orange Man that I have looks like window panels. That design seemed familiar with like an elongated cap on the top. Yes, sir, man. I was missing out on. Yeah, you were. Congrats, by the way, for those of you who didn't know, he won the bottle of Virgin Island water in the member giveaway. Congrats. Enjoy, 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 as I'm sure you will. That's the measuring stick for coconut fragrances. Galan Lom Ideal Cool, underappreciated. I understand why some people don't like it, but I think it's underappreciated. Ralph's Club Elixir, Crispy Years. I like the name. Great fragrance choice. Kevin, good to see you, sir. A lot of spicy. Yeah, they got cinnamon. I know it's supposed to be like benzoin heavy. I think nutmeg's in there as well. Like, they got a lot of spicy notes from what I saw. Isn't a summer scent. Got to go with something lighter and fresher, like Amouage Interlude. Yeah, I knew there was something jackassery coming with you here in this comment. When you're like, that's not a summer scent. Where does it rank on the stupid comments? Where does that rank? Expected, because I've gotten to know you well enough over the years. Like, you're just joking. That's like when Jay says dumb shit. It's like, I expect that. I'm not going to get bothered by that because y'all are just having fun. I've gotten to know you guys. We're online acquaintances and buddies and stuff. Whereas just these random one-offs, it's like, no, that's a stupid comment. You're just having fun trying to get me to crack up and mess with you a little bit. No worries. Be safe on the road, my man. Be safe on the road. I figured if anybody would enjoy the rant, it would be you, Kara. So we're about 13 minutes. We got 95 in the chat. The family has arrived. We're around the usual 100 core. We'll go ahead and get started here in just a second. Let me try to get to the bottom, and we'll do the split screen. I like that, the half-hour power bomb. Danielle, good to see you. Joram Studio Spirit Cask. I've never heard of that. I know you do. I literally, when I said I know some of you enjoyed that, you're the first name that popped in my head. I just didn't say it. Do this all the time. That's why in some of my recorded videos, you'll hear me like point out specific shit I hear from people when I'm on a certain fragrance, whether it's about a batch code or performance, or I'll say the 20 or 30 minutes and it's gone, bro, comments from time to time in my long videos. Because some of my viewers, especially the more casual viewers, are oblivious to all this stuff. But the people that are like engulfed in the online community, y'all see the stupid shit too. Not necessarily just on my channel, just across all the different places you hang out on the internet involving fragrance. There's stupid shit everywhere. That's why I say aptitude test, and I don't just mean for the fragrance community. I just mean the internet as a whole. I feel like you should have to take some sort of aptitude test. Like when you get most jobs, you got to take some kind of something. And most of the time it's pretty easy, but even something pretty easy would weed out the dumbasses. Most of them, not all of them. Some dumbasses are sharper than you want to give them credit for, but it would weed out some of the fuckery. Even not the most engaging aptitude test, just some kind of like, can you spell your own name? Can you speak well enough to where people can coherently understand your thoughts that you're trying to convey? Like just little minor questions that relate to that kind of stuff, I think would weed out a lot of the dumb shit. Feel free to clip that and make me look like a bad guy, you bunch of dickheads. Have a question. Is Perfume Box official? Very much so. I've been doing business with them for a while now. They send me Dumont fragrances to check out. It's been very nice. It's been very, very nice. I've been able to check out the house and really see, because, certain lines are really good from them. And then there's certain ones in certain lines, like the Nitro line. They're not all bangers. But like the 5 I talked about today, that's the ones that would be like, this is the ones to buy, in my opinion. The rest of them, they're good, but they're passable. You don't have to have them. Like the Porum, which is actually the brown bottle, which is actually like Dedrick's favorite. Just goes to show people have different taste. Blue, not really all that blue. Decent fragrance, but passable. It's good, just not as good as some of the others. But again, it's all taste driven. But like the Barouge line, that's my favorite line. They did no wrong in that line. I like every single one of them. That's like upper echelon of the house for me. The Bravanzo line, they're all pretty good with a few really, like superstar studs among them and some pretty good ones. Nothing really mediocre there. Trying to the Celerio line, just like the Barouge line, all bangers, literally all of them. It depends, but I feel that way. You might try like Celerio Epic and be like, too spicy, too fruity, not my thing. You never know. Everybody's different. But Perfume Box is an official distributor for them. But they also sell designer. They also sell niche. They sell Lattafas. They sell Armoffs. They sell all the things, just like all the other discounters. They do good. I wouldn't work with them if they weren't worth a shit. That's why I don't work with Joma Shop. So, and Joma Shop's legit. They're just Sloma Shop. A lot of you know my beef with them. I don't like them taking money and then waiting weeks and weeks to send you your stuff. So the back order you. They'll set you up on back order. I don't like that shit. But overall, there's not really that I've ever dealt with any bad discounters that have been, featured on the channel or discussed, or that I've shopped with, or that I've done collaborations with. It's just I have favorites, and Joma Shop used to kind of be, but kind of isn't anymore, obviously. And then obviously Fragrance Buy and Perfume Box. That's who I work with the most. That's who I shop with the most. I spend way too much money with Fragrance Buy. I buy a lot of shit from them. So Perfume Box, I bought a decent amount of stuff from recently. I've done like 2 or 3 hauls in the last couple of months of stuff I bought from them that weren't Dumont fragrances. So they're legit. I wouldn't support them if they weren't. Fair question though. Feel free to ask. EG, good stuff. I've heard there's a specific way to say it, but I'll stick with EG. I like saying EG. Try to get to the bottom. We're almost 20 minutes in. Roy, my man, good to see you. I know it's a little late for you. I'm glad you're still able to make it. For those of you who didn't know, he's overseas in Europe. I know it's much later over there. I appreciate when you're able to come hang with us. This is the best smelling chat on YouTube, hands down. So, Lorem Sport, Extreme. I have not. Oh, it's not trolls. This is like real comments. No, that's not trolls. I don't think it is. Like, these dudes really feel that way, and they like really need to tell people, like, I hate this. How dare you like it and tell people that you like it and that they should give it a chance? That's what these comments mean. That's why they're going video to video. They'll type in the name of the fragrance and they'll go to several videos. They don't just come to mine. It's a pattern thing. They want to go get their word out. They think we're fucking Yelp.com and they want to go make their own written review. How dare you like this? This is shit. No, it's a you thing. You don't like it. Most people do like it. I'm sorry you don't like it. Please stop crying. Here's a tissue. The 20 minutes in and it's gone, smells like a senior citizen was Assad. 20 minutes? 20 minutes with Assad? 20 minutes. Do I need to say, does anybody believe that shit? I don't believe that shit. I'm sure you'll see plenty of people there for sure. Three nights this year, from what I understand. You finished cutting grass last time you came on the stream. That's funny. Getting ready to head the kids to camp and for church. Enjoy the live. You have a great one, Ryan. You have a great one. Yeah, Penhaligon's is a great house. Howdy, howdy. Oceania today. Joe, you killing the game. That's one of the best. I sent out the decants. All three of us sent out decants today. Me, Dedrick, and Tazo for our stream for Friday. So I sent them boys out 4 Raja Parfums fragrances because I like to share the wealth with the Raja fragrances when we do these decant swaps. And so I sent Zaharoff Quattro Pizzi, one of the new Zaharoff releases. I sent Isola Sol, Bergdorf Goodman. Now, these are 4 Rajas, these next ones. Isola Sol, Bergdorf Goodman, Creation E, because neither of them have tried Creation E. I have a feeling that's going to be their favorite. And Apex Parfum. They've never tried that. Like, they haven't tried none of those. Tazo said he's never tried a Raja Dove fragrance. It's like, oh, we're going to have to do a few of these. I got a bunch you need to try. Because I wanted to hit stuff that D hasn't tried yet either, because I put D on game with a bunch of them too. Because there's stuff that I've already had D try that I want to have Tazo try. So we're going to have Tazo in the mix more on these decant swaps that we do. So tune in Friday over here, 5 o'clock, same time as we're doing right now. It's going to be me, my boy Dedrick Hicks Jr., and Tazo the reviewer doing a decant swap. That's a great fragrance. The Watermelon Channel. Well, all right. Who doesn't enjoy watermelon? My fragrance smells like watermelon that I'm wearing today. Royal Water is a great option. Wearing PDM Greenlee, you can't go wrong there. No problem. Sir Sandy, always a pleasure to see you, sir. Hobogon Hombre des Ibises? Ibises? Is that how you say that? Paul, good to see you, sir. I was trying to get like you as a frag reviews. Okay, see, I wasn't sure. Like the way you said it, it could have been many things. So I don't know. I have to ask follow-up. So hell yeah. Hell yeah. Congratulations. I mean, you've been doing reviews for a long time now, but yeah, by all means, man. Much love and hope for success for you, man. On a vacation and found Le Beau Parfum. Had to buy it. Sold out everywhere where I'm from. It's not easy to find. Congrats. You get a soft live stream clap. Congratulations. I love that fragrance. Jean-Lo Immortal for street style scents. Inspiration. Lots of love right back to you, my man. Good to see you, sir. Newt, always a pleasure. I'm assuming Randy put you on game with that one too. Mike, what's going on, my man? Really? I did not know that. I wore a mango fragrance Saturday. I wore mango oud. So good. So good. I'm so glad I have that. Don, good to see you, sir. Puerto Rico. That's got mango in it. So you're right on theme. Yeah, we're 23 minutes in. I need to do the split screen. I get so behind so easy in the chat, but that's a great thing. It just shows how active you guys are, regardless of if we got 110 or 310, which it's wild when we have 310. Because it does happen once in a while, not often, but we got 112 right now. Appreciate you guys being so active in the chat. I'm trying to get caught up so we can get into this because I like to try to get to the bottom. So I'm skipping a little bit. My apologies. So crispy years. Not so much lately. What number is that? 304. Because I got 304 right here. 902 and 903. I think 903 is up there. I haven't sprayed it. It's literally right where the tip of my finger is 903. Literally right there. I haven't sprayed it. It depends on the time of year. Now that I'm actively competing and I have a very specific regimen for off-season work right now, no. But before I started competing, yes, I was working on mobility. My cardio stuff was a lot different. Right now, it's just very specific bodybuilding routines. Like I don't deadlift anymore or anything. It's just I don't feel the need to. I can still thicken my back without having to go through the agony that deadlifting can be when you start getting really, really heavy. I enjoyed deadlifting when I was deadlifting, but as far as mobility work with kettlebells and plyometrics and stuff like I was doing before, box jumps and things of that nature, medicine ball work, working the ropes and everything, like I haven't been doing any of that stuff. I got away from that stuff. Now, after next spring, after the next 2 competitions, I may be taking quite a bit of time away from competing or potentially stopping altogether. And I'll probably go back into more mobility training and functionality and stuff like that. But thank you for asking. So, all right, let's skip on down. I'm going to the bottom, guys. My apologies, but we're getting to the bottom so we can get this started. Must be Kali muscle. That's funny. This may sound stupid, so forgive me, but this new creed kind of like Camera without booze. I don't know. Is it? It's obviously very nice quality, but I'm not sure it's full bottle worthy. I definitely wouldn't recommend blind buying it because I know it's going to be super expensive. $4.60 a good fragrance du bois orange intense. I'm not sure. That sounds about going rate though. Somebody else might be able to help you out a little bit better. I'm almost to the bottom. With hit that 300. Yeah, I'll do it every time. What are you talking about? With 300. What do you mean? You have me confused, Jared. With 300. Because neither of us are close to 300,000 subscribers, so I know that's not what you mean. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. Can you elaborate? Because I'm almost to the bottom. I'll be able to see it before we get going. We'll hit 3. Oh, no. Every collaboration we do don't hit 300. We got another one that's like 6 months ago that's about to hit 100,000. That'll be our third one to go into 6 digits. Third or fourth one. Now I'm curious. Now I'm tripping. Let me see. Live views. So we got our main one's 345,330 views. Then me, EQ, and George, 244,044 views. Me and Justin, 143,063. And then this one. So this will be the third one. It's currently 94,229 views. It's from, it's almost been a year. So it's August 24th of last year. So it's almost been a year. And then I got a Paris Corner haul that's at 82,800. That one's creeping up bit by bit. That one's from September of last year. That one's almost a year. They catch fire at different points. All right, we're almost to the bottom. I love deadlifting heavy. Too soon pre kicks in, get off work. All right, so nobody in particular. I don't box enough to where I'd want to get in the boxing ring. You know, I just don't have the time. I'd like to train at a boxing gym. I would love to actually, and work on the actual skill set and the actual boxing training. And maybe after competition season this round, that might be something I take on as I'm going to be looking to change my training up. So maybe. But as far as anybody in particular, not really. No. Weird question, though. It's like trying to stir some shit. Good job. So, all right, let's get into these freaking Paco Rabanne fragrances. Huh? iFragranceofficial.com. Let's go to the first one. Here we go. Oud Montaigne. Montaigne? I don't know. Montaigne? I'm not sure. Bottle looks cool. Juice is dark. Unisex fragrance. A woody, leather, fruity fragrance that begins with a spicy burst of cardamom that energizes the senses. Yeah, it's a typo. They put energizes. Energizes the senses. While blue plum liqueur, that's interesting, adds an irresistible boozy touch. The heart boasts opulent cedarwood and finally nestles on a robust base of oud and leather. It's the artwork of perfumer Fabrice Pellegrin. Okay, this one sounds interesting. Cardamom, blue plum liquor, cedarwood, bespoke oud, and leather, which another typo, they put 2 B's. But that sounds very interesting. I would assume the oil quality is going to be a little bit better on this collection. I don't think it's going to be like 1 million in Invictus and Phantom and Scandal, like all their, sweet synthetic designers. I have a feeling these are going to be a little bit more premium. I think, anyways. Could be wrong. So, I don't know. Anybody else excited about this one? This one seems interesting. Blue plum liqueur. Say what now? Come again? I'm very curious about that. This has like home run potential. Clearly not a warm weather fragrance. These bottles do look cool. Say Rabanne on the collar. I do like the look of the bottles. They're simple yet elegant. I just have a feeling they're going to be decent quality. So here's the collection of 7. Now, with it being a collection of 7, I hope they're not crazy expensive. They're not like $200 something a piece, because then it's going to be less likely that people are going to have the entire collections. So this one's interesting. Dark fragrance, a plum, boozy, leather, woody fragrance. All right, let's go into this next one. After Club. See what I'm saying about these names? Ambery colored juice. See what they're saying about this. This woody, aromatic, and amber fragrance boasts an aromatic blast of lavender that tickles the senses with a resinous heart of labdanum and cozy vanilla duo further elevate the blend and finally rounds out with a creamy golden amber. Aurelian Bouchard, is that how you say this? The nose behind this new fragrance. This sounds kind of basic. It sounds like it's going to be very similar to some other things because it's lavender, vanilla, labdanum, which if it's labdanum resin, perhaps enhances the bespoke amber. Maybe it's a very amber heavy fragrance instead of labdanum being leathery. Could be leathery, who knows? Labdanum can do a few different things. Seems a little, I hate to say generic, but generic. Seems like a basic fragrance in the line. Could be wrong. Obviously, the formula has more than what they're showing here. This is just the main notes that they want to feature and that we should expect to smell, most people. So that's why they're putting that out. That's not the full formula. No, this one seems kind of basic. Weird question, though, made me laugh coming in the stream at the end of whatever that was. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. What's going on? Just stopping in. Versace Mano Fresh. You smell good. You smell good. I've never even heard of Zercher squats. It's the first time in my life I've heard that term. Stoked to be here. What glad to see you, my man. Welcome. Need to sleep. It's 1:30 a.m. in Romania. Bye. Have fun. You have a great night. Have a great night. If they 150 a piece, which let's be realistic, they're not going to be, I think there'll be a sweet spot for this, especially if they expect people to buy multiple fragrances. They're dropping 7 at once. That's crazy talk to drop 7 at once. They're probably realistically going to be $200+ a piece. They don't really want to move the entire collection at once, if that's the case. I think 150 would be the sweet spot. Not that everybody can drop freaking, over 1,050 before taxes. I'm not saying that, but they got a better chance of moving multiple bottles to individual people. Like to me buying maybe 3 at once, or you buying maybe 2 or 3 at once. You know what I'm saying? They got a better chance at it if there's more of a reasonable price for designer. Because I think it's going to be upper level designer, almost like a private line for them. This is an assumption. I can't confirm nor deny. I haven't read anything or heard anything. We're going to see. We're definitely going to see. I have a 4 ounce and a 2 ounce. And that's all I need. The most backups of that would be Coco Loco. Well, business over pleasure. I had like 6 or 7 bottles of business over pleasure. Coco Loco, I had the entire first 5. Which we did a giveaway on one of them, so I only have 4 now. I got 3 bottles of First Instinct together. What else do I have multiples of? I got still 2 bottles of Tommy, so that doesn't really count. Yeah, I'd have to say business over pleasure. I don't know what that means. I'm a USD kind of guy. Born and raised here in America. Old red, white, and blue with the 50 stars. So if it ain't USD, you must not be talking to me, because I don't know. I don't know what GPB is in euros and pounds. I don't know the conversion off the top of my head. I'd have to put it in a calculator. Let's see if we can do what 235 GBP to USD. $303.83. They've out their fucking minds. They're out their fucking minds. Paco Rabanne. So $2,100 for the collection USD before tax. If the conversion holds up, obviously it's not going to be 303.83 USD. It'll be something to a more rounded number. But that's crazy. Thank you for letting me know. That's ridiculous. That's outrageous. They've lost their minds. Wow. Just wow. I don't even know what to say. 303? That's just absurd. That's crazy talk, right? Is it just me? I don't understand that at all. That's insanity, right? What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. 303, huh? Wow. Let me get one of those BOP bottles. I'm at a loss for words here, guys. Jared the Bishop, $5 super chat. Question for the chat. Who here knew about these new additions to this house? I had no clue they existed. Glad Ross is covering it. I had heard a little speculation because iFragrance had posted something in their stories not that long ago to be on the lookout. And I saw they posted them today, so I figured, what the hell? Why not, right? So here we are. We're checking them out. And then to learn of this price is a bit disappointing, I think would be a good way to put it. Does disappointing sound like a good word? I'm speechless, guys. I'm like, the wind is out of my sails. Because it's like, why would they do that? That's just way too much. Like, if you're going to do that one at a time, every 2 months or something, spread them out. But that's wild. We'll dive into the other ones in a moment. We need a break from that because that's crazy. It's great to have you, sir. Zurchers are brutal as fuck. Noted. Yeah, I've never heard of them before this. Like, I'm curious. iFragrance is the only way I got any visibility to it. Browns is the Browns. Good to see you. They are in a box in the closet over there, so no. And discounters a month after release. Ain't nobody paying that. No, hell no, ain't nobody paying. I mean, some people, but not a lot of people. Full Stanley mode. I don't know what that means. I would assume it's going to be, but that's crazy. Well, okay. I appreciate you trying to make validation for that price. Oh, they're giving 25 ml more, so it should be double the price I threw out, because I was thinking 150 would make sense if they want to sell multiple bottles. It's double that. But they're 125 ml. Andreas, you must be a fan of the house. I like Paco Rabanne too, but that's no justification for me. So you get Burlington 1819. Yes. Actually, you can get that for like $230 from discounters right now. Vinba, I think, has it for that. Or no, Fragrance Buy had it for that. Yeah. That price is wild, man. Look, if they get in the, mid 100s, that's when I'm going to look into them. But 300 a pop, I'm not. I can't. I just don't think they're going to be worth that. Now, there might be one that knocks my socks off. These are going to be sample first kind of things anyway. They might be. I would think they're going to be. Stuff that is high quality original stuff. That's what I'm saying. Fragrance Du Bois and Roger Parfums, they command that price point, and I'm not going to say all of them are worth the money, but some of them are. I would say probably half the time they are worth the $300 range. Now the ones that are $700, $800, $900, that's crazy to me. Exactly. Absurd is a great word for that. Yes. That's what I'm saying. They're commanding. That's a really high price. And look, they might be amazing, but I wouldn't drop all 7 at once. I haven't tried that one yet. I've had some people ask me about that. I haven't tried them yet. Stanley from The Office. See, I'm not an Office guy. I know some of you are probably that are big fans of The Office. I've never been a big Office guy. Scent Dragon renewed at the All-Star level. I appreciate you, man. Good to see you. Nice, spending over $5. $5. Come on now. I'd buy everything from them for $5. I liked Pacific Chill to the point to where I bought that one. There's a few that I think are worth it, and there's a few that it's like, nah, just get the clone. I say cancel the whole line and just bring back Aqua Atlantique and Amara. Well, that's a different house. We're talking Paco Rabanne and you're talking Bulgari. But those would be nice to come back for sure. But yeah, there's different houses. Zaharoff Privé is possibly going to be, I can't say, but that's a totally different situation. They're going to be numbered, they're going to be limited, and there's a reason they're going to be expensive. And they're going to be more expensive than the Paco Rabanne fragrances. Oh, yeah. Trust me, I'm going to be all about, I don't recommend anybody blind buy that. But they're coming out one at a time, too. And you wait till you see, let alone get a sample from somebody or a decant, because I don't know if George will be doing samples because they're numbered and limited, literally carved and numbered on the packaging, because he had special packaging crafted, not made, crafted. Very unique stuff because they're not part of the signature line. So I sent him the link after I said all that stuff on Dedrick's live stream. I said, "You cool with this?" It's already out there. And I sent him the link, and he was like, "Thank you, Ross." He said, "I don't mind a little speculation. You did good. You didn't go too far." So, because after I was feeling guilty, I was like, I did say a lot for a fragrance that's not coming out for like at least 6 or so months. So, but I just get so, like I told him, I just get so excited because it's remarkable. The Privé, the first release for Privé is remarkable. See, there he is. It's like Joe Hendry. Say his name and he appears. Good to see you, Georgie. You want to jump on, dickhead? Because I'm so disappointed with Paco Rabanne, I don't even want to do any more of them. I really don't. They disappointed me. Paco Rabanne's got a line of 7 fragrances coming out. That might be a text from him. No, it's from Justin. I love Justin. I'm not reading what he said. That's hilarious. George, if you want to jump on, I'm going to send you the link. You don't have to. Don't feel pressured if you're busy. But assuming that you're hanging out watching, I doubt you're busy. Or at least really busy. Because your workout's over. You're done training. But it's there. I texted to you if you want to jump on. That's up to you. But, yeah, it's true. Yeah, there you go. G-Man. Hey, Ross, Orange Blossom, a creamy smell? Like, no, not really. Orange Blossom, most of the time, has this fleshy flower kind of smell to it. It's an orange flower, so it does have a little bit of an orangey nuance to it. Not like acidic and citric fresh cut orange, but more so than Neroli, because Neroli is kind of an orange flower too. And when I say orange flower, I don't mean the color of the flower is orange. Orange Blossom, orange flower, it's literally in the name. They can offer a little bit of a powdered nuance, but typically the only time I come across it where I distinctively smell Orange Blossom and there's a creaminess is if there's like another supporting, like a tuberose or another creamy floral of some kind. That's normally the times that I'll come across that where I would find it creamy. So give me the thumbs up when you're ready and we'll bring you on. I got a middle finger instead, so that means he's ready. Good to see you, Georgie.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I just thought, I got home from working out. I have all the stuff I'm leaving unpacking, so I have all my stuff everywhere. And I'm like, let me see what if he's on doing his live, because I don't know your schedule. I feel so privileged because for the trolls that think he pays me for everything, he doesn't even watch my channel, let alone pay me. He normally doesn't watch anything I do. I track of every second so I could compensate you. I do little checks so I know. Check, ka-ching.
All right. He's all right. Good. He mentions Zaharoff. All right, checks in the mail.
Now.
So how was your workout, Georgie? What'd you train today?
Ross is busy building his empire, and I'm busy building mine.
Indeed. Most of our conversations don't even involve fragrance.
I sent you. So what happened was I sent you I sent you the extreme packaging. It turned out so freaking incredible. Don't say anything.
Yeah, I won't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone that I sent it to you.
I won't.
It looks so incredible.
I can't wait to see it. I'm dying for people to see the Privé stuff.
Check your
I'm kind of skipping ahead. Seraphim Red. Seraphim Red's going to blow people away. But check what? My phone?
Your Facebook Messenger. Hi everybody. I'm going to log on to see who's doing what.
Lovely. So he sends me the pictures, sends me the postcard, sends me the video, and a comment that says, "You don't love me."
I don't love you. Because I didn't get a response, and I'm like, he's doing the live, and then I get on the live. And
that's how you figured out I was live. That's what it was.
I don't know. I don't know if people
can't say anything. I can't react.
I don't know if anyone knows anything. If they know this, and I don't know, Ross, if people know this, but we're friends.
You don't say.
I don't know if people know that.
So much so that he flew to Louisiana to sit front row with my wife at my bodybuilding show.
It was very inspiring. It was very inspiring, and I actually went and told my trainer, I don't want to be Ross Carlos, but I want to get a little bit more defined, and so I'm gonna work on it. I look like
George has a very specific meal plan he has to follow now.
I know.
Because it comes down to George needs to eat more.
I know.
Which we both knew that was the thing. Because I get it, not wanting the worry of getting fat. You know what I mean? But to build more muscle, you got to have more calories. It's just
I know. I was stretching my Dior my Dior pants.
I saw your Instagram post. Yes.
They're brand new, and I'm stretching them out, and they're not cheap. And here I am on this jerry rig stretching of these pants. Anyway.
So aside from that, how are things over in Chicago, Illinois, George? Everything good?
Everything's wonderful. I'm happy to see everyone on here. Did we scare anyone away? Did they go down 100 people watching it?
No. So usually when we're right around 100, that's what I like to call the core. That's the family. That's the people that are here for every live stream, no matter what the topic. So usually if you see me around 95 to 115, that's like very few one-offs and scragglers. It's usually the core audience. So it's all the family that's here.
Hi, Jerry.
The biggest supporters of me in this channel, probably mostly your biggest supporters too.
So let me ask you something. So tell me about this Paco Rabanne. They're coming out with 7 fragrances.
So they have 7 fragrances, and the bottles look really nice. It's looking like maybe a private line type of thing. Let me pull it up on screen. So here's one of the fragrances that we just looked at, After Club. So somebody in the audience, I guess they have the pricing over in Europe, but it was 235 GBP. I'm not familiar with the currency. What's GBP, George? I know you know.
Great British Pound.
There you go. So it converts to 303.83 US.
That's a lot.
That's crazy. They're dropping 7 fragrances in this collection, and it looks like they're dropping them at once based on the adverts. That's the collection of 7 right here in this picture. So that's $2,100 in conversion rate anyways of fragrances, and that's crazy talk.
Yeah.
They're typically a synthetic sweet designer house. Now I get it wanting to elevate and bring something better, but if they're going to go that route with pricing, they need to do one at a time and spread them out, personally, I would think. Or if they want to sell more than one bottle in the collection to a consumer at a time, that price is just way too high.
So there was a handbag that had that little thingy on it, like that little penis that's hanging down, like the ball sack.
I was thinking buckle, and he comes up with penis.
The ball sack. It looks but anyway, there was a handbag, and it had the flap. I'm like, who the fuck what is that? And it was a Paco Rabanne. So yeah, so it had those little thingies, and so that harks back to the days of the 60s. Paco Rabanne was very futuristic, and he did that kind of metal work.
Mm-hmm.
And he did the bubble head. You ever see the head, like Pierre Cardin and Paco Rabanne, Courage, Andre Courage were all the same group of designers at the time that were like forward thinking. And so they're trying to revive Paco Rabanne. They're trying to revive Courage. And so I don't know. That's Puig. Puig that owns the license for Paco Rabanne. They've made a fortune from the days of Paco Rabanne when you had the splash back in the 60s. Puig had that for such a long time. I don't know. I guess they're trying to upscale because there's money to be made on the very, very high end of couture, and that's what they're trying to do. Because how much do the fragrances usually go? Like a bottle of just their
at retail, you're looking in the mid 100s typically, and then they'll go to discounters sub $100, anywhere from $50 to $90 usually.
And how much are these fragrances here?
These are conversion rate is 303 US, but you know how it'll be. They'll be 290 or 310 or something like that when they market for the US.
I mean, because Paco Rabanne usually ends up in the discounters, doesn't it?
Yes, these will end up in the gray market because they are not going to sell big.
So let me ask you, the Versace collection, does that ever end up in the gray market? The high end Versace Privé?
Some of them, but even then, it's not a huge discount. But their designer level stuff, like the mid grade stuff, I guess you could say, their Mano Fresh, their fresher stuff, that all typically gets very affordable.
But there's a collection of 5 fragrances that all the bottles are the same. I see them at the airports.
So the higher level stuff, they do show up, but they're still pricey, like niche level pricing.
It's like a circular bottle. It looks like a dildo.
Everything's sex related with George Zaharoff, ladies and gentlemen. We got a penis and ball sack on this bottle, and the Versace private line is a dildo.
It's awful. I can't believe I just said that.
It's okay, George. George Zaharoff, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, So, and how much do those fragrances go for? The same price, or are they more like $500, $600?
I've never looked into their retail pricing, but I think typically they're like 180 range on the discount sites. I know there's one in particular Randy sent me a decant of that he's pretty impressed by. I don't know if I have it handy. I do not. It must be in the box.
I'm sorry, I have potty mouth. I'm watching. If anyone's like, what am I looking at? I'm looking at all the comments.
Yeah. He always watch, like how I have it in a separate screen. He always has it up on the TV because he uses his phone to get on the lives.
So for me, I don't do the discounters because I don't have that much product out, and I don't oversell into the market.
Do you want me to get real with them?
Yeah, if you want to.
So you have to be careful who you do business with so they don't dump your stock if it doesn't sell quickly enough for who you're selling it to.
Right.
That's reality. Some brands strategically will sell directly to the discounters at a wholesale price just to get more product out into the market, to scale up, if you will, scale the business up at a lower profit margin, just a high volume. Or depending on who you're doing business with across the world, you may already be doing that type of pricing, and they may then dump your product into the gray market, selling to discounters. If your products aren't selling at the rate they would like it to, they'll do that to you and for you. So it comes down to if you're not intentionally doing it yourself as a brand owner, you have to be careful and very choosy and selective of who you do business with across the world.
Right.
Is that fair to state, George?
Yeah, and because you have a partner in Mozambique or Oman or Bangladesh, and they need to meet their numbers, and they'll just dump it and resell it back into TJ Maxx. I mean, it's a global business, but it's a very small, tight group of people. There's someone, I wish I could open my mouth and spill some tea, but I won't. There's a place here in the States that's very well known that dumps product. They will buy it and then dump it, and it affects sales all over the world. So say, for example, I sell to this place here in the United States. They will then discount it or dump it or send it to their friends. And all of a sudden it's discounted. It will affect my sales in Korea, in Japan, and with my partners in Vietnam. So you have to be careful who you sell to. You have to try. I mean, some people will buy you and sell you for $1, literally for $1. Hey Juan, it's good to see you.
I hope you had a good stream with Spencer. I saw y'all had went on right before I was going on because Spencer had sent me the link. Come check y'all out. So I was watching for a few minutes when you were doing the introduction before I went live. But sorry to interrupt, George.
Much love, Juan, and much love to the wife too. Let me ask you something, and the kids and the family. Let me ask you something, Ross. Go back to the Paco Rabanne for a minute. I'm just curious. Like,
Sure.
are these like simple fragrances? Like, what makes them? What is it? When you said you were disappointed, is it the price you were talking about?
Yes. Yes, because you can tell this is a private line that they're coming out with, and it's going to be of higher quality. They're calling their ouds bespoke oud and bespoke amber and these different higher terms. They have upper level perfumers doing these. Like, look, it says bespoke amber, labdanum resin. On the first one, let me go to the first one we looked at. It's called Oud Montaigne or something along those lines. I don't know how to pronounce it exactly, but this
Montaigne.
breakdown is blue plum liqueur, bespoke oud, leather. Like they're presenting it as upscale.
Right.
The bottles do look really nice. I'm sure they are of quality build when you actually get it in hand. It looks like they will be based on images. But as soon as I heard the price, it's like, okay, I can understand it if you're going to market appropriately. But if you're just dumping all 7 out at once, I think that's a bad move. But I'm also not a giant designer brand, and I make no decisions for them. I'm just look at what would I do, because I look at myself from a smaller scale, I guess. They don't look at it the way I'm going to look at it. And one last thing I'd like to add about the gray market thing. I don't want you guys to get confused like I'm angry about that stuff. As a consumer, it's great for us. Of course, we want to see stuff hit the discounters. Hell, I buy most of my stuff from the discounters. I get it. But you got to look at yourself as a brand owner in this situation. And it's like, you don't want that, because what happens is it kind of hurts brand prestige and the valuation people put on the brand and how people are going to look at your launches and release it. And they're like, oh, I'll just wait. I can get it cheaper later. Whereas there's no exclusivity. There's no prestige and heritage being built really when it comes to something that just eventually it'll just be cheaper at some gray market discount site.
They'll make a fortune though. They'll sell to the Middle East. They'll sell to all the duty frees. They'll be in the French perfumeries, and they'll do well. And then it'll come to the States. It'll be interesting to see the U.S. market and the consumers a little different, especially under Paco Rabanne. Something I wanted to say, Chanel. What Chanel does is when you're selling a $30 bag for $10,000, $11,000, and there's a wait list, and you have an infrastructure, a global infrastructure, and a team of lawyers that the moment that something's on the gray market, they come after you. That's what a mega brand is. The same thing with Louis Vuitton and Hermes.
Yeah, you won't see Louis Vuitton fragrances at these discounters, and that's what Roy's talking about. Is you just don't see Bleu de Chanel or Allure most of the time, Allure Homme Sport, and if you do, we're talking a $10, $15 discount, maybe.
Right.
They keep it really close to the vest, because I've spoken about this recently. Chanel is all about making sure Chanel matters,
right?
Holding that brand prestige.
And I was telling Ross that Louis Vuitton has people that buys their like, if you're selling, you want to get rid of your Louis Vuitton fragrance, let's say, and you put it online to sell it. Louis Vuitton is buying their products back just to make it scarce in the market, so you don't buy it used, and it forces you to go into their stores and buy a new one. That's how powerful these people are. It's crazy.
Look, this is a great point. Chanel doesn't participate in the Macy's sales. Like when you get 15% off, they don't do it. They don't.
No. And Macy's, like Chanel rules the roost. Chanel will go to Macy's and say, I'm going to be put here. This is the location. And Macy's, and they'll say, and if we're not there, well, they're going to pull everything out. Like, that's Chanel. Chanel's very powerful, especially with cosmetics, because they have the numbers. They do the business. Chanel, Estee Lauder, there's always a fight for who has what placement. And so anyway, it's an interesting game. It's just, I don't care for it anymore. Like, I don't care. Like, I look at a shopping mall, and my whole life is 30 years is brick and mortar. And when I look at a shopping mall, I see a dinosaur. I see like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, It's just interesting to me where the world is going,
That's basically what it is. I mean, look at you and I. I mean, you catch duty frees and stuff when you're in the airports because you want to look around, but what do if you see something you like, George, when you're at these duty frees?
I order it online.
Most of us do. You go shopping online to see if you can find it for a better price.
And all my clothes, Ross, I show Ross some of the, where I go. I am, if I want a Balmain or my Dior or
he'll shop for a year before he'll buy it.
I will find it in some obscure boutique in Florence that they had, I am one of those shoppers that will scour.
Wait, in Florence, wasn't that your clogs where they just happened to have your size was the last pair? That's the example. So some Louis Vuitton clogs that he fell in love with. He loves his clogs. Yeah. And it was like 6 months he'd been looking for these, and he happened to be in Florence, happened to go into the Louis Vuitton store, and they happened to have one pair left in his size. And it was the pricing's very different over there than it is here in the States.
So if anyone wants to know why I have this so high, it's because when I sit and watch TV, the pillow hits here. So
I think you want to look like a samurai, a Greek samurai.
I don't want. Oh, hello. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. And I'm having sushi. Waiting for the sushi person to come in, so I want to dress the part.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Much love, Ross, to you. Much love to everyone in the room. I'm headed to Greece for 2 weeks. I'm gonna hang out with the family.
We'll talk.
We'll talk. Much love, everybody. Thank you.
Talk when I'm on the elliptical and it's nighttime for you.
Yes. We'll get in touch. Much love, everybody. Take care.
Thanks for coming, Georgie. Lots of love. Be safe. Safe travels.
Bye.
George Zaharoff, ladies and gentlemen. That was a nice little treat. We'll get back to the fragrances in a second. Yep, that's my boy. It's my boy, Blue. He's always on the run, always traveling. So I wanted to answer this one for you. I quite enjoy them. They do have very high quality scents, a lot of original stuff, and a lot of their fragrances can be found for decent prices in the between $100 and $200 from discounters for a lot of their more popular stuff. That's very enjoyable. They have easily approachable stuff. They have more complex, very niche and targeted audience, artistic stuff. So as a brand, I think Xerjoff's really, really good. Like way up there for me. Really good stuff. Pretty big for the most part. What's EMEA? European, I'm guessing, is the first E. I'm not familiar with EMEA. I know you meant North America for NA. Good to see you, sir. Name your top favorite clone. Right now, it's a Soothing Zephyr from Paris Corner. It's a Le Labo, another 13 clone. I'm really into that one right now. That's the current flavor of the month for me as far as clones. Yeah, hardly ever. I got lucky and got 15% off with a friends and family thing from, it was either Ulta or Sephora when I got Bleu de Chanel Parfum years and years ago. I do have 1270. I actually have a review on it. It's a very complex fragrance. There's a lot going on. It's a very busy fragrance. Nuances quite a bit. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's crazy. But, I mean, they don't necessarily know that you know where to find it. You know? You know? I couldn't agree with you more. This man is a unicorn. This is, aside from my wife, my favorite person walking the earth right here. Safe travels, GZ. Man, sorry I'm repeating my message. So I answered you about 30 minutes ago. You just apparently weren't paying attention because I said I've never tried it. I've had others ask me about it. I answered you earlier. You just didn't hear me, I guess. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's close enough. If I didn't have Pacific Chill, I'd be cool with Coastal Breeze. But I got Pacific Chill first. So I have both. Love 40 Knots Monkey Special. Hey, the new one. If you like leather, deified, definitely worth a sample if you like leather. It's super leather forward, very rich and dark. Please restock 4-ounce Coco Loco when you get back from vacay. That's for you, Georgie, if you're still here. Good to see you, Joel. Europe, Middle East, Asia. Oh, Africa, not Asia. So Europe, Middle East, Africa. Okay, yeah, I'm not familiar. I've never been, so I really don't know what the gray market looks like over there. Coco Loco is available in large. Well, there you go. currently available. So there you go. Let's head over to the site. Oops, no, not yet. Okay, never mind. Retract the last statement. Jack of clubs at the gym. Speaking of Estee Lauder, I recently got Pleasures for Men watery rose with nectarine and pepper for 20-ish bucks. Amazing out the shower or running to the store scent. Everybody needs at least one for that. EP at $50 because the store messed up. They got in a lot of trouble for that mistake. I bet they did because Chanel tracks their sales. I sold the bottle with 90 ml left for more than I paid it 2 years later. Good for you, man. It's really nice when I smelled it the other day. I'm on the fence whether I like it more than the OG or not. And see, I like the OG, but I like Deified more because I'm more of a leather guy. I love leather fragrances. There you go. There you go, my man. The price difference between all other countries. The morning I commented about Tiziano Terenzi prices in USA and my country, and the same as with every fucking thing. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. Also, that's you that commented about that. Yeah, because was it you that asked me about the tester price? Because I paid like $84 for the tester of Orion, but that was like 2 months ago. They just happened to have them in stock. That's why I bought it, because it was $84. I was like, I've been putting off getting that for so long. Now's the time. So that was why I grabbed it when I did. Good to see you, sir. Thanks for coming hang. Neo, Renaissance. I have both of those. Those are both very good. Green, citrus. I would pick Renaissance over Neo, though. That's elite right there. Fragrance Decant Boutique. Great to see you. Well, I got to try Cactus Garden. I have a decant of that I'd like to get a bottle of, but I'm sure it's crazy to get a bottle now. So I heard that one's discontinued. It's happened. Sometimes they just got to grow on me. Like I felt that way about Explorer, and I had spent a good bit of time with Explorer, Mont Blanc Explorer. But like I even did a video, like definitely not a 10 out of 10, because there was a time people were screaming from the rooftops about how perfect that fragrance was. And I do like it. My wife likes it. I do enjoy it. I recommend it, but I've never thought it's what people hyped it to be. That one was like the first instance where it was like, Fragrance Net, Perfume Box, and a lot of eBay sellers over the years, like eDiscount Perfumes, or Fragrance and Kingdom Fragrance as well. But eDiscount Perfumes, Perfume Empire over in Texas, they're great. Forever Luxe, one Perfumes, one Dash Perfumes on eBay. There's really good sellers on eBay too. Patchouli Bomb on the dry. It does have some good patchouli. Stick to the original is a you opinion, not a me opinion, because I quite like Deified. Good, more power to you, my man. No, not Wraith. I have Spectra. This theft debacle, I may have to route my business elsewhere. Well, at the end of the day, you can't hold their feet to the fire because somebody robbed you. It's unfortunate. I was hoping they would take care of that for you. But yeah, if you don't do the route protection, they're not bound to just send you new fragrances because somebody stole from you. It sucks. I'm sorry to hear it, man. Because it'll be the same thing somewhere else if that shit happens again and you don't have the route protection and somebody comes steal your shit. I would invest in a 9mm. I know you work from home most of the time. I don't know if you have the guts to drop somebody for stealing your shit. It won't happen again. You know what I mean? And you're perfectly legal. Just saying. I'm saying you got to put one in the head, but just throwing it out there. You know what I mean? Maybe people stop stealing, because that's bullshit what happened to you. See, his package his shit got robbed from his porch. These porch pirates, as they call them. A couple hollow points to stop that in your area. People be like, don't go fucking with that street. People get shot on that street. Don't be bad people. Bad shit won't happen. You're not bad. That shouldn't have happened to you. I'm talking about the jackass that stole your stuff. Yeah, it was like 84. That's wild. That's wild. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. So Aqua Celestia Forte, Torino 21 spicy, and Aqua Celestia Forte is not. But if you take the spiciness away from Torino 21, they're almost identical. All good, all good. Yeah, I wore it today. smelled great. It's actually it's a little bit deeper of a scent. I mean, it's not super complex or anything, but it's got a little bit more going on. Scent of the day of Ventus. You can't go wrong there. Can't go wrong there. We're almost to the bottom, and we'll jump into a few more of these. The guy who stole from me did it from FedEx. It was stolen. Oh, damn. Yes, I thought it was from your porch. So, yeah, it kind of renders what I'm saying pointless then. Reconsider from if they had more discreet packaging. Yeah, they have very distinctive packaging. Extremely distinctive. It's a fragrance by box. And the thing is, they got to rip the serrated thing on the box. Like, it's a whole presentation to open their boxes and tear it and all that. That's some bullshit, man. What happened to you? I'm glad you got to hang. Good night, fellow olfactory adventurers. You have a great night, sir. This tobacco and fragrances smell thick. Oh, certain ones, usually it's something accompanying it that'll do that. It's not really the tobacco note itself or whatever is creating the tobacco accord. Normally it's something that's blended with it that'll do that. So let's check another one of these fragrances out. Hour 11. We've got some more time to spare. Let's Armure Mara. Let's see what they're talking about here. We're just going to look at the note breakdown. Velvet, strawberry, jasmine absolute, bourbon, vanilla, and patchouli. Seems like it might be a little bit of a feminine one. Marketing unisex. Yeah, so they're probably the whole line's marketed as unisex. So Eleanor Massenet. I'm not familiar with her specifically. I'm sure I've smelled some of her work. But velvet strawberry. That's an interesting description, huh? Jasmine absolute. I'm always up for a good jasmine note. But if it's overdone, then it'll be overly feminine, you know. Jasmine and strawberry, that sounds feminine with some vanilla. Patchouli ain't going to be enough to save it and make it masculine. So it might be a little on the feminine side. Not really enthused about this one in particular. Why does it just do what I ask you to do? When I scroll to the side, Mesh Metal, love the name. Green colored juice. What's my olfactive profile here? Lime, petitgrain, bigarade. I don't know what that means, but it's petitgrain, lime and petitgrain, orange blossom, bespoke ambergris. This sounds like something I would like. Fresh green citric. If it's not too much orange blossom, and depends on the type of ambergris. If it's a musky ambergris, probably go really good with this profile. Because petitgrain makes my ears perk up. Like a dog when you say the word treat. Treat? Yeah. Petitgrain? What? Petitgrain. I like a beautiful fresh green note, especially with lime. It pairs really well with lime, the green citrus. This one's one I think I'd really like to get my nose on. Ooh, look at that picture. See, that looks good. The presentation does look good. I'm trying to make the picture bigger. It won't let me, but that looks good. Got the gold panel on the side, says Rabanne, has that brushed look to it. The presentation definitely looks good on these. I like it. I'd love to try this one. I think this one's got potential. Seems simple, but if it's a quality blend, it'd probably be really good. Midnight Sex. Let's see what we got here. Coconut extract, tuberose absolute, orange blossom, sandalwood. So this one's going to be feminine. This one might even smell like sunscreen. Between tuberose and coconut, this one might straight up smell like sunscreen. Might be a really good sunscreen or cocoa butter kind of smell. It could be really thick. A tuberose and sandalwood combo could make it super, super creamy to where it's more like cocoa butter than even sunscreen, where it's got that thickness, just thick, thick, thick smell. So this could be either really good or really freaking terrible and smell like just straight up lotion. Just based off of what I see in this note pyramid. That's my take and my assumption here on what I'm reading. It's either going to be remarkable for a coconut tuberose or straight up lotion, cocoa butter lotion. I don't know. That one's got polarizing potential for sure. I don't think there's going to be much of an in-between there. Rose 1969. Call me crazy, but I'm going to guess that it's centered around rose. Lychee, black pepper, rose damascena. Modern amber. What does that mean? Modern amber and patchouli. I don't know what modern amber means. I don't know. But lychee, nice and fruity. Black pepper, rose. I'm gonna say hey, this one could lean a little feminine, but also be very fun. If it's the right dose of pepper, amber, and patchouli, this could be really good. This could be like really, really good. This one's got potential. I think we got a chance here. This being one of the better ones. I want to try this one for sure. And let's get around to, I think we got one more. Yeah, because that was 6. Night Soul. I'm going to say spicy and sweet. Fig cream, Palo Santo, cedarwood, sandalwood, tonka bean. Boy, was I wrong. Whole lot of woods and cream because Palo Santo is kind of creamy and a little incensey. Sandalwood's creamy. Tonka bean can be powdery or creamy. Cedarwood's going to be a little sharp, probably. I'm sure it'll be a good cedarwood, but the fig cream is the key word here. I don't know how to interpret that. I don't recall ever smelling fig where I was like, ooh, that's a creamy fig. Any of you? You ever smelled a fragrance and was like, ooh, what a creamy fig smell? So this might be a new experience here. This one, I think, has it's okay or it's amazing potential. I don't think this one's going to be bad. I don't think this one's even got a chance at being bad just based on these notes. I think this one's going to be pretty interesting and actually pretty easygoing because it's clearly going to be creamy. I think this one could be really good too. It's got a chance. Fig cream. Well, I'm going to assume the first time I smell this one, if and when, I'll say, wow, that's a creamy fig. What do you guys think? We made it through all 7. Now let's talk about it, right? Yes, sir. Enjoy it. Profondo Parfum. Tom Ford's private blend goes for the same price and nobody's complaining. You can do that. That's kind of a pain in the ass, though. Most people aren't going to go that route. Still heartbroken. Yeah, the price is crazy high. Coconut mentioned. I'm interested now. I like coconut, too. Modern amber equals ambroxan. Could be. Treat, same thing for Kara. What? Coconut? Coconut? It's me with Petitgrain. Same thing. Coconut Girl strikes again. I hate the Nike boxes, too. They have what it says all over the delivery box. I don't know if Kix Griffey's still here because I had a little bit of a vent session with my sneaker buddies earlier because this is 2 packages in a row now from Shoe Palace. Let me show you. So, we got 2. So what happens with Shoe Palace, when you make an order of multiple shoes, they usually split it up. Like I've had a 5-shoe order and 6-shoe order where it came in like 3 or 4 packages. I've had, even most recently, the one that came in today was 2 shoes in the order and they came separately. So my beef is they put this in a bag, a thin bag with a freaking shipping label. So parcel carriers that don't give a fuck about your parcels will crush them up. So these are some sea salt and concrete 9060s. So it's not the end of the world. It's beat up. You're wrong. They jacked it up pretty good. It's I can't stack shit on this. They fucked the box up. So it's not the end of the world, but this was the first time they got me. And they got a nasty email. These are some 530s. I had a request to do a review on these on my other channel. And I was like, you know what? That's their budget stuff. I did the P6000 that falls into this category. I also got the A6 Gel 1130. They all kind of fall in the same $100 price bracket. And I'm do them individually, and then let's talk about what's the best of the bunch. There's a reason I'm getting these. Just like I approach fragrance, I'm approaching sneaker. But yeah, that box is fucked. They got pictures with an email, and that was over a week ago, and I haven't heard from them. And I was like, all right, so 2 strikes. Should I do an email or should I make a video titled, Why You Shouldn't Buy from Shoe Palace? I don't want to be that guy. But it was like, I'm doing it here and now in live stream. That's bullshit because they're putting them in this flimsy ass bag, not a bubble thing or anything, just straight up bag with the shoe box, and the shit's getting crushed. That sucks for anybody that has a sizable sneaker collection. Most of the time, you use those for storage and stacking. I can't do neither of those with that. I'm going to buy replacement boxes. It cost me more money. Not much money, but more money nonetheless. And I thought that was bullshit. So I figured I'd share. Since we mentioned branding on boxes, made me think of it. Probably. They did. They had listed on each one. Yep, each one I mentioned for most of them anyways. There's your perfumer. Yep, go to iFragrance. Yeah, just go to iFragranceofficial.com and you could look over them further if you'd like. Well, I don't know how you're going to feel about how cool these are, but to me, this is literally the best bang for your buck sneakerhead shoe. This is my 4th pair of these. This is the Sea Salt and Concrete colorway. It's a Teddy Santis collab. This is the New Balance 9060. I don't know if I'm going to put the gray laces on or not. I'll probably just leave the white laces. Very dad colorway, very New Balance colorway. But the chrome blue suede ones, baby blue ones I have a video on my other channel reviewing those. Original silhouette, premium overlay materials, pig suede, premium leather overlays, mesh panels, super buttery soft. Everything's quality. Great comfort underfoot. They take the dad shoe look and run with it and just blow every other dad shoe away. Retails $150. You can find a lot of pairs closer to $100 from discounters, different places online. Hell, from Shoe Palace. For the order that the crushed box in, I have the tea tree yellow I got for $90 and the blue agates I got for $100. That are some wild looking colors. They're badass. I haven't put those on the channel yet, but this is a very neutral. I wanted something very neutral because I have 3 pairs that are super loud colors and I wanted something neutral, but this is the shoe I would recommend. Maybe it doesn't appeal to you. I love it. It's my favorite New Balance shoe, the 9060. Amber is a freaking rock, man. Basically need to create fake vanillic sweet note and call it an amber. Fico di Amalfi, maybe. What about Fico di Amalfi? That's not a creamy fig. Is that what you mean? Because that's not creamy. Not to me. That's super aquatic and juicy. That I could see. Because of the woodiness in it, that I can see. Well, there's so many things that dictate creamy in the fragrance besides the note being fig cream. That's why I say that. Tag video, Dedrick, and Comment Night. First one I discuss again. About the new L'Eau Kenzo Glacé. Has a dig, apparently. I'm not familiar. I haven't looked into it. The Bishop with $2. Question, Ross. Favorite 2 notes this time of year? Currently, definitely mango and sea notes or aquatic notes. It doesn't have to be salty. It could be fresh water, but aquatics this time of year. Aquatics and mango. Over coconut. Coconut I would put in a strong 3rd. Fig porn, born to stand out, has a creamy musky fig. Noted. He is here. Now you saw the other ones. You saw the picture of the 530s. This isn't as bad, but they are fucked. As soon as they're fucked, I can't use them. I can't use it for shit to stack. They're fucked. You know. Just disappointment on my sneakers coming in today. Now, one that wasn't bad that came in today, the 990 V1 Teddy Santis, this khaki and black colorway I got. Because I'm still waiting on my black 990 V5s. That's the only 990s that haven't come in yet. I have the initial 6, the flagship line. I've been waiting weeks. I ordered that on Goat weeks ago. It still says shipping to Goat to get verified. Ridiculous. They Panini Panini pressed your shoebox. Yeah, for sure. Hard pressed. It was like a forklift random. No, the shoes are fine. The shoes are good. I didn't pull the shoes out. It's a palm leaf colorway. Palm leaf colorway. This is one of their budget mesh runners. One of the bright green. These blow the P6000 out the water for $95 retail. I do, spoiler, I think the gel 1130s are the best in the range. I haven't done a video on those yet, but I have tried these all on. These actually really, if you want a good retro mesh style runner, very cushy, very super, super breathable. I know you're not here for shoe reviews and shit, guys. Some of you don't care, though. Some of you are interested. It's actually really good. I had actually somebody requested, hey, I'd love to. What are your thoughts on the 530? If you don't have them, would you do a review? I'm interested. And it's like, actually, I had my eye on a pair. Sure. So when I had made an order, I grabbed a pair. I actually really like them too. I have that off-white cream color midsole. Kind of slick. I'm into the dad shoe look. I'm a dad. A stepdad, close enough. I raised them damn kids. 96, these are so quality. I agree. New Balance is very fire, low key. I got a bunch of Teddy Santis stuff and some Joe Freshgoods stuff, like the collabs. The collabs are where it's at with New Balance. I bit the bullet this morning and got the Action Bronson 1906 Medusa Azules finally. They don't really have many. I buy from the brands. I buy from GOAT. I got somebody asked me this question literally a couple hours ago. I buy from the brands most of the time. Like Adidas, you can always get deals with Adidas. Way better than anywhere else on Adidas shoes. But from the brands specifically, Nike too. Nike runs great sales. And then from GOAT and eBay. Mostly GOAT and the brands. Fair share from eBay over the years, though. But like almost all of the ASICS shoes I bought from ASICS. I'm surprised Smooth Operator and asked me what I'm wearing. I recorded the video. I didn't put it out yet. Gel Nimbus 9 Jokers. It came out recently. I did the video this morning. It's coming out tomorrow. These serious heat. See, I'm into the mesh runners, guys. Yeah. I'm digging the mesh runners. I wear mesh runners more than J's at this point. These are fire. Limited release color. Yeah. Gel Nimbus 9 Jokers. Super comfortable, too. Heat. Heat. You hear me? Fire emojis right there. Iris is my number one. I'm a big Iris fan. Coconut, mango, the C Notes, Aquatic Notes Accord, Pettigrain, like I mentioned earlier. Rosemary, big fan of that. That spicy green smell, that cooking spice. Cardamom, I'm good with cardamom and black pepper. I do like my spices. Cinnamon always does the trick for me as well. As far as sweet notes, I like toffee. Of course, I enjoy vanilla, but toffee. And I'm good with honey. I do like most of the honey fragrances I have. I like really, really love. So stuff like that. Welcome, sir. Hit them with it. Hit them with it. 2 new memberships this stream. Yes, sir. We sure did. Bani is nice too. Would love to smell Blockade and Sand Dance. I've never smelled Sand Dance, but the other two are great. I sure do, sir. There's the MNVN Laceless in the analog colorway. Right there is the blue tint colorway. As we navigate, right back here where this New Balance box is, right underneath it is the Salt 700s. I have the Utility Black 700, the V1s. I have the Geode MNVNs. Do I have any other 700s? I think that's it for my 700s. I like the 500 more than 700, though. I got the Ash Gray. I have the Stone Taupe. I have the Supermoon Yellow. I have the Utility Black and the 500. The 500, you were talking mega dad shoe. I'm sure you're asking because I said I like dad shoes. Because some of the Yeezys are super mega dad shoes, you know, 500s and 700s. Hit them with it, Kyler. Yeah, and sometimes I get them quick, even without doing the instant ship. Sometimes I get them quick. New Balance is killing it. I'm a big-time New Balance guy these days. A few hundred, not as many as I used to have. I used to have well over 500 years ago before I got away from the sneaker game for a while when the freaking resellers ruined everything. It was like I can just make money selling off a lot of my stuff, and everything I want is absurdly priced, so I'm not going to be buying anything. That was when I was just get stuff here and there, and it kind of hovered in the 100+ shoe range. Like I've always had a huge amount of sneakers. 100+ shoes is still a shitload of shoes, but I'd sold off hundreds of pairs. Now I'm probably in the 300+ range. Probably. Yeah, I would say 300+. I haven't counted though. Joker's a dumbfire. That's what I'm saying. Hey man, it's around the corner. I hope he goes to AEW and they actually don't fuck it up. I hope they treat him like they treat Bryan Danielson, because he's the kind of superstar signing that Bryan Danielson was. I hope. With MVP going or not, whatever, that don't matter. But Bobby Lashley's big time. He doesn't need to go back to TNA. He did 2 stints in TNA. AEW is the spot. He's a mega talent. I would love to see Bobby Lashley in AEW and have a good 2-year run. He's 48. Go to your 50. Great run. Win the title at some point. Have some good storylines, some great matches, and be done. I think that would be great. Tell me where to go. Tell me where to go. That's a big collection. Don't feel like you have to buy everything your favorite content creator really enjoys. And I'm going to speak about me specifically. There's some stuff that I'm like, holy shit. And you can tell I'm just like over the moon excited to smell it. That doesn't mean you're going to feel that way. At best, buy a sample if it sounds interesting to your taste. But don't just buy stuff because some hot chick tells you it gets panties dropped and compliments galore and all that. Don't just buy for that. Don't just buy because of sheer excitement from your favorite content creator. Don't just buy to buy is the best advice, because that 60 will turn into 600 in a flash. And you'd be like, I don't wear most of this shit. Why do I have so much? I could have did so much more with that money. I blind buy so you don't have to. Wait for Justin loves to talk about this. Find things that are truly special to you. Don't buy just a bunch of stuff you're going to like. Go after stuff that you're truly going to love. I review it. It's a very different world when it comes to this for me than it is for you. So that's why my advice is the way it is. Not monkey see, monkey do. Don't do as I do. There's a method to why I do as I do. This is an LLC business. This is write-offs. There's monetary gain. This is adverts and monetization in this live stream right now. These memberships, I get a cut. These super chats, I get a cut. Like there's monetary gain involved in this, including tax deductions and so on. So I want to be very clear. Don't do as I do. It's very different for me. As for you, as someone just enjoying this and not doing this full time with content creation like I am, please don't do as I do. That's not a good game for you to play. So that's why my advice is the way it is. That's why I preach sampling so much. When it's available, that's the way to go. If something sounds interesting to you, spend $5 to $10. Don't spend $50 to $200. Make sure you really want it. Just, get 2 or 3 ml and spend some time with it. And if you go through 3 ml in 2 days, you probably need to get that bottle. You really like it. If you never go through the 3 ml, there's your answer. If you've had the decant for 3 weeks and it's not empty yet, you're not gravitating to it. So that's my advice for you. This is very long-winded, but I want to help you because you're so new into this, and 60 is a lot. That's fast. Even if it's a bunch of $20, $30 affordable fragrances, that's still a lot of fragrance that you may never go through in that number. So that's my advice there, my man. So we're a little over an hour and a half. I'm going to shut this down here in just a second. My taste changes, but I never fall out of love with certain things though. It can be for sure. I don't do anything I can't afford to do. So it's not all credit cards and shit. You know what I mean? I don't do anything I can't do. I have a certain number of things that I put back into the channel. And then on top of that, even with the sneakers, I'm making content. I'm growing that channel. That channel's been on the upswing since I've gotten serious with doing my sneaker reviews, which I've been wanting to do for almost 15 years. I wanted to do that way before I did the fragrance channel. back when I had 500 plus shoes. You know, I've been in the sneakers longer than I've been in the fragrances, and I've been in the fragrances since I was a kid. So my big three has always been my big three: hats, sneakers, and fragrances. It blows my mind that this is what I do full time. Blessed. God's been good. Thank you guys. God's been good to me. My bad. Oh, okay. You're letting everybody know. Yeah. We Profondo Parfum, Kalen won. Because we do a vote. Vote's active right now for any new members that just joined up. Go vote, because I'll close that vote. It's the 22nd now, because we'll probably do the live stream beginning of August, like we typically been doing, the very beginning of the next month, the following month. Probably I'll leave it open for like another 5 days, maybe to the weekend. I'll leave the vote open just to give you guys an idea of what's being voted on currently. So there's different tiers. If you click the membership, there's reason for that. All-star tier and above gets 3 spins guaranteed. We vote on the main prize. It's a designer tier. The secondary fragrance that I pick out, and the third package is the mystery package, my favorite. I put a bunch of cool shit in there. And then for the Hall of Fame tier and above, they're eligible for everything. There's 5 spins for them. There's a main niche prize they vote on, and then a secondary niche that I pick. So right now, for the Hall of Fame tier, the options are Atelier Cologne Orange Sanguine, 100 ml. Zaharoff Signature Seraphine Blue, 60 ml, which is winning the vote with 42% of the vote. Xerjoff Torino 23, 50 ml, which has 25% of the vote. Creed Royal Water, 100 ml, which has 29% of the vote. And Bon Parfumer 304, 100 ml, got no votes. And then for the All-Star tier, this is the designer tier. This is the second time this is going to win. I threw it out there because it's summer. But Terre d'Hermès Eau Givrée, 100 ml. We gave that away last summer. So it ran away with the vote. Same thing here. It's got 51% of the vote. Kenzo Eau Marine, 110 ml, no votes. Rabanne Invictus Parfum, 100 ml, has 20% of the vote. Mancera Wild Fruits, 120 ml, only has 3% of the vote. I think it's only got 1 vote. And then Acqua di Parma Fico di Amalfi, 150 ml tester with cap, has 26% of the vote. It's not going to win. It's got some good votes, but it's not going to win. People have spoken. Unless something drastic happens, it would have to be a lot of votes to swing it. Eau Givrée 100 ml is going to win for that. And then the clear leader, again, something drastic would have to happen because 42% of the vote. It's 60 ml of Seraphine Blue. I was telling George the other day, every time I throw a Zahara fragrance in that vote, that damn thing wins. Every time, because I don't do it every month. I'll throw one in here and there. And I know people are into it. So I was like, let me throw it out there and see. And sure enough, because I got an extra bottle. So I have it on hand. So for anybody interested. And then as far as the secondary spin, that's a mystery until you get into that member live stream. It's like, hey, this is going to be the second spin for the Hall of Fame tier. So what happens is Hall of Fame tier, we spin first. And whoever wins something gets pulled off of both wheels, because there's 2 different wheels with everybody's name on it. We reshuffle every time we pull somebody off. And every time we spin, we reshuffle. So after that, whoever's left from the Hall of Fame tier, they're eligible for the other 3. So if you're in the Hall of Fame tier, the $24.99 tier, you're eligible for all 5 spins. Whereas the All-Star tier, the $9.99 tier, you're eligible for the 3 spins. And the more members we get, the more we increase the value of each of the spins. And it's happened over the years. Right now, we currently have like 120 members, something like that. Not all of them are eligible for giveaways. So we have a lot of $4.99 members that aren't eligible for the giveaways, but they're welcome to come to the streams as well. Yeah, it's pretty hard to get, for sure. No worries. Glad you were able to come pop in for a bit. Yeah. I mean, I'm always open to the members' ideas. Haven't been throwing nothing at me lately, guys. Like, I shouldn't have to put a vote. Like, if there's something you want to see, just tell me. You have your member badges. You can say it here. You can say it in a comment on a video. You can say it wherever. And those are strongly considered. It's not a guarantee I'm going to do it, but it's strongly considered. And normally, if it sounds like a really good idea, that's when I'll put it to a vote among the members. Like, you guys want to see this? So-and-so brought this up. Y'all want to see it? And I'll do it. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Cool Water, Nautica Voyage, Azaro Chrome. I like them all. What should I get next? Chrome Voyage. I mean, you got some classics right there. Man, affordable stuff that I think would be great. You know what you should look into? I see the theme here. Bentley for Men Azure. Pineapple Fruity Pimento Peppered Spice Aquatic. Really good performance, like a $30 fragrance. Doesn't smell like a $30 fragrance. Bentley for Men Azure. Azure, A-Z-U-R-E. Based on that, that's better than all of those, I think. Personally, I think you'd really like that. From Zaharoff, you should try 40 Knots, first and foremost. That would be a you fragrance. From Raja Dove, I think you would love, if you like Tonka Cola, I think you would love Creation E, Parfum Cologne. Not the Parfum, Parfum Cologne. And no, it's not the same, but like Tonka Cola is like an extremely stripped down, spicier take. Like there are some elements that relate it aside from the cola note. It's not the same fragrance because Creation E is about heliotrope, tobacco, cognac. It's very ambery. It's amazing. Tune in Friday for my stream that we doing the Decant Swap, me, Tazo, and Dedrick. I sent both of them Creation E in that package. Make sure you're watching Friday to see that. I have a feeling that's going to be both of them's favorite of the 5 I sent to each of them. I just have a feeling. Creation E Parfum Cologne. That's a banger and a half right there, man. Yeah, it's really, really good. So I think you'd like that one. So tune in to see some other opinions. And then Amouage. I don't know how you feel about mint, but you saw Dedrick talking about Enclave, and he don't even like mint. Enclave's amazing. But that's a little bit of a more tricky house to recommend to you specifically, because I know what designers you like. If you want to try a safer, but not really, none of their stuff's really all that safe, but a safer tobacco, Boundless. So a lot of resins, very smoky, blood orange in the top. It's earthy, but it's not like challenging. It's not like crazy challenging. It's full of orientals and resins and all their signature stuff. But blood orange, spicy tobacco with some vanilla. Does not smell like tobacco vanilla. Do not let these forums brainwash you. It is not, maybe 30 or 40% because there's spice and vanilla in tobacco. Anything that has that, it's tobacco vanilla automatically. But this has way more resinous, like incense and ambers and stuff like that. With that blood orange. That blood orange at the top, big separator. Boundless might be one I think you would like. Fragrance wardrobe, not a collection, which is great advice. Choose fragrances that's not too much redundant with other fragrances you have. That is great advice. I like that you guys are weighing in. Over 100 bottles. If there's a niche fragrance you love, get the original. Clones are great for the ones you care less about. That's great advice too. At this point in my fragrance journey, I have a list of scents I really want. And wait until I find some kind of discount. Otherwise, I'm going to be broke from fragrances, kicks, and car mods. Yeah, it's a pile of expensive hobbies. Yes, because you can reverse engineer shit all you want, but it wasn't created by the artist with the same paintbrush, and canvas. So the same materials weren't used. It was not the same artist creating that reverse engineered fragrance. That's the magic I speak of, guys. It cannot be recaptured or reinterpreted. I hope he does. So me and Dedrick subscribe to the Sports Desk Live. I had somebody this morning. When are we getting some wrestling content? I told him, go to the Sports Desk Live. We do have a SummerSlam preview show coming next Friday. No. Yeah. Is it next Friday? Friday after. Because SummerSlam's the 3rd. We had to move our sneaker stream to the Sunday. I need to talk to Dutch because I have been having Dedrick and Dutch on for the sneaker stream. That we're going to have to move it to Sunday because we were scheduled to be while SummerSlam was on in Cleveland. We realized that when we were on the phone yesterday. I was like, we can't do that. So we had to reschedule that. But the Friday, the day before SmackDown, we're doing a preview show on the 2nd. Oh, of course. Yeah, George doesn't do anything mediocre. Oh, that's such a good one. I agree. I think the king of the Coconut Mountain is always going to be Virgin Island water from Creed, sir. Gang, Mr. Got Plenty's in the house. Indeed, sir. From the U.S. to be in the membership. Yes, well, you can be in the membership, but you're not eligible for giveaways unless, which it states in each section. If you look through the tiers and read, you make sure to read before you spend any money. If you click join and you're picking through the tiers to read stuff, it states Continental United States only is eligible for these giveaways. Mancera Roses Vanille. Marine along with new Santal Marine. Marine's very nice. I agree. Having to win that bottle in the raffle and the memberships. Oh, yeah. Balance is my third favorite Amouage. Ross clearly has good taste. What can I say? It's very good. I would rank it over Journeyman, and I think Journeyman is special. That's another beautiful Sichuan pepper juniper heavy, like dry, smoky tobacco from them. Super masculine. It's got that wow factor, but not as approachable as Balance. Balance is much more approachable. Fragnetic Energy, good to see you. You changed your name, I see. Good to see you nonetheless. Versace Dylan Blue, indecisive on getting 1 million Lucky or Chanel Platinum Egoist. So it depends. Do you want playfully sweet or do you want super masculine Oxford? Like, I think of wearing an Oxford or a suit and tie when I think Platinum Egoist. That's well put together, gentlemen. Whereas 1 million Lucky's playful. You know, honey, plum, hazelnut. It's sweet. It's attractive. It's fun. Cooler weather. Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. So we actually made it to the bottom. Very late. I'm sorry to shut it down on you right when you get here, but we did an hour 46. We're down to 61 people. A bunch of people left at an hour and a half. I'm assuming Dedrick maybe started a live or something. That tends to happen. Because usually I stop at around an hour and a half, so most people leave around that time. Let's see. There's a bunch of live streams going on, but none that are fragrance related. But yeah, a lot of people left around an hour and a half mark. It happens. So we'll go ahead and shut it down. I appreciate you guys coming hang with me, though. No, I have not tried that one yet. I have not tried it. I'd be interested in checking it out, though. That's awesome. That's kind of going rate, 15 to $20 online. Yeah, I heard they've been showing up at the rack stores. So I appreciate you guys coming hang. It was great to have George stop by for a little bit. Paco Rabanne's kind of wild with the pricing on this collection, but there's a few that I really want to try. I just won't be looking to get them for retail. I think they'll inevitably go to discounters, but we'll see. Check out one of the two videos from today. We got 2 sneaker reviews on TLTG Kicks. We got 2 shorter list videos, 2 top 5s on TLTG reviews here today, ranking my favorite nitro fragrances, ranking some affordable citruses. We got niche and designer in the citruses, and then we have the Adidas Supernova Cushion 7, as well as the Seafoam / Oil Green Jordan 4s. Those 2 videos are live on the other channel. So 4 videos for your viewing pleasure between the 2 channels, plus my Sin of the Day Shorts video and this live stream. I like to make content, can you tell? And I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure to hit that thumbs up on your way out. Thank you for all the super chats. Welcome to the new members. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another live stream. Y'all have a good one.